Look, after a series of absolutely wild events during the opening 10 days of this NBA postseason, the Los Angeles Lakers are in a very strange spot. They have not made it past the first round since 2023, but suddenly, the Lakers are on the verge of finally breaking that cold streak. It took some insane shooting luck in those first two matchups, combined with Kevin Durant choking in Game 2, followed by him just vanishing entirely. We will get to that. And we cannot forget one of the most painful choke jobs ever in Game 3, when the Rockets blew a 6-point lead with 25 seconds left while they had the ball. It looked like Houston had simply given up, accepted their destiny, and was ready to let the Lakers sweep them right out of the playoffs without a fight. But wait! Hold on just a second, because the Rockets showed life last night as the Lakers finally came crashing back to reality. Now, this series is likely finished, or it definitely should be soon. In NBA history, teams that take a 3-0 lead in any round are a perfect 159-0. That is right, no team has ever come back from a 3-0 hole, not once. Plus, it looks like Austin Reeves is returning soon. He has been listed as questionable lately and is finally starting to ramp up his physical activity. I expect him to return from that grade 2 oblique strain for Game 5 in Los Angeles, helping the Lakers officially put the finishing touches on this series. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Kevin Durant has been a mystery. He has been listed as questionable, but honestly, nobody seems to know where KD actually is. We got a pregame update from Dave McMenamin, and you can take this however you want. Amen. Thompson was asked about an hour ago how KD is feeling, and he said, "To be honest with you, I do not know." So, either KD is doing all his rehab solo away from the locker room, or the team just is not even bothering to check on him. That is a wild dynamic to watch as we get closer to tip-off. That report followed a very strange situation in Game 3, where Kevin Durant was nowhere to be found on the Houston Rockets bench during the game. He was not even on the sidelines while the Rockets were busy throwing the entire game away in embarrassing fashion. Again, that massive collapse I mentioned, having the ball and a 6-point lead with only 25 seconds left. The Lakers are incredibly lucky the Rockets folded like that, because they absolutely gifted Los Angeles that win in the final moments. That mistake led to the Lakers' overtime victory and gave them that commanding 3-0 series lead they have now. That supposedly impossible lead that 159 other teams could not overcome. But last night, the Lakers' reality check finally arrived as they looked human once again. Remember those crazy shooting numbers from Games 1 and 2? Yeah, those disappeared in a hurry. If those Lakers role players are actually returning to their normal, average selves for the rest of this series, LA is beyond lucky they managed to steal that third game. Otherwise, this would be a tied series right now, and the Lakers would look exactly like the team we expected them to be at the start of this run, not the juggernaut we saw. Speaking of things returning to normal and coming back down to earth, let us talk about LeBron James for a second. Look, I really do not want to destroy a 41-year-old man for one bad night on the court. It is honestly incredible that LeBron is still playing at this high of a level during his 21st season and yet another intense NBA postseason. But the sheer amount of worship and praise I have seen for him online over the last week has been totally off the charts. It is insane. However, after last night, his pathetic performance absolutely has to be mentioned because it was just that bad. Check out these numbers: 10 points, 9 assists, and 8 turnovers on 2 of 9 shooting in 33 minutes. That is a total disaster. And there is a little detail we need to address here. LeBron only had 8 points on 1 of 8 shooting through 3 quarters, with his Lakers trailing by 25 points at the time. Yet, the 41-year-old stayed in for nearly 5 minutes of garbage time in the fourth just to hit that 10-point double-digit mark. Yes, LeBron played 33 minutes last night, which was the highest for any player on the Lakers roster during that blowout loss. All of that just for 10 points. If he had failed, it would have been only the third single-digit game in his massive playoff career. The last one was way back in 2014, in a 93-90 loss to the Indiana Pacers where he scored only 7 points on 2 for 10. And of course, the other famous disaster was the 2011 NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks. In Game 4 of that series, he managed only 8 points in 46 minutes of play. It was easily his worst game ever played. And that truly was a performance for the history books. If you are too young to remember or just need a refresher, I will link my recent video on that game at the end of this. And look, to be fair to old man Braun, he was not the only player who struggled in this game. Most of them did. Rui Hachimura had a decent night, and DeAndre Ayton was actually playing great ball until the officials ejected him during the third quarter. DeAndre Ayton had 19 points and 10 boards on 9 of 12 shooting before the refs sent him packing early. But look, the Lakers were already down 19 by then. This is what happens when Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, and Rui Hachimura are not all scoring 20-plus on 70% shooting. This is the result when those players finally regress and fall back down to their season averages. After the final buzzer, J.J. Redick had a few things to say about the whole situation. Again, this has been a top 10 defense for the entirety of this season. It is obviously very challenging to generate offense without your two leading scorers. We will take another look at our process on that end of the floor as well. And I am well aware of our points per shot and what our expected efficiency should be. We were slightly below our season average. To me, it comes down to two keys: taking care of the basketball and figuring out how to be more disciplined with our possessions moving forward. But look, Los Angeles still shot the ball fairly well, 50% from the field against that elite defense JJ mentioned. And that was with LeBron James hitting only 2 of 9 shots. Talking about variance, the Lakers coughed up the ball 23 times during this specific game. If they clean that mess up and get Austin Reeves back for Game 5 in Los Angeles, the Lakers really should be just fine. And look, we still have no clue where Kevin Durant is or what he is even doing. What is the actual injury going on with KD? Now I am hearing reports about a bone bruise in his ankle. Is that the real problem? Is it a sprain? When exactly did he hurt it? Honestly, we do not have any real answers to these questions yet. So, in light of that, if the Lakers fix their turnovers and get Austin Reeves back, the odds are still in their favor. History shows that teams taking a 3-0 lead in the NBA almost never lose. That record will likely move to 160-0 in Los Angeles this Wednesday night. For more on the absolute worst game ever played in NBA history, you should check out this video right now. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on to stay up to date with more basketball news from me. Until next time, guys.